Hello, hello. If you are interested in seeing how my one book July is going for week 2, then stay tuned. Okay, guys, I hope everybody is having a wonderful 4th of July, and hopefully, you guys had a great 4th of July weekend. I'm actually filming this on Sunday, so it is the last of our 4-day weekend, which is sad because it's been really wonderful having everybody home together. So, let's just jump right in. So you guys know I've been talking about how I am going through Ryder Carroll's The Bullet Journal Method book and kind of taking out of it what I think will work well for me in my bullet journaling journey. And it's interesting, there definitely are some things that as I go through, I think I definitely would do a lot differently. This book really started as the B6 Stalogy, started as just a brain dump for me. It really wasn't meant to be a bullet journal. I was using it in conjunction with my weeks. So I've only, obviously for one book July, now kind of really delved into this to make it my one planner for right now. I don't think that I will keep it that way. I think what works really well for me is kind of just like list making and, some of that stuff that I can't really fit into my mega weeks, and just keep my family planning, scheduling stuff in my mega weeks. So we'll see. But it's interesting to actually be in this as my only book. So that's it's been a challenge for me because I'm so used to going to other books that I find myself like, oh, I'm gonna grab that, and then I'm like, nope, it has to be in here. So I have added a few things to this to kind of make it work, so that I can make it all the way through the month. So let's first just kind of go through that, and I will show you guys the few little things that I have added. So one of the things that he talks about is having a future log. His future logs are written out much differently. They kind of look like this, where it's just real simple. For me, I use one of these pullouts, and I believe this is from Annie Plans. And so basically, this is I think an A6 size. And so I just tipped this in because this was in another planner. And I did write the numbers on this side as well, just to make it easier for my eyes to carry across to figure out what date this was. So I have my future log for 2019. I do have a 2021 just tucked in the back here in case I end up needing to use that. So that's something new that I added in. Let's see. So I'm using I have my monthly. I have my tracker for my health stuff, and then this was my first week. So basically, I am kind of finding, which I never thought it was going to work for me, but doing my days vertically does actually work. I think my problem with being able to use like a Jubin Techo is that it's timed, and I could cover it up, but my brain just is constantly looking at those numbers, and it just makes it so hard for me. Plus they don't have B6 size, and B6 is really my size. So they have kind of like a B6 Slim, which I did try, and it was just a little too slim for me. So I like the true B6. So basically this is what I did, and I just kind of added, you know, some tracker stickers for things that I needed to remember. And you know, you can see like the end of the week was pretty lame because we just really took some time off. I just have some brainstorming ideas, and then I started pre-planning for my next week. And so basically, you know, what's working for me is kind of doing that vertical and then just doing my Saturday and Sunday as just one together, and instead of splitting it up, because I don't generally have tons going on Saturday and Sunday, and I definitely don't delineate between stuff that I need to get done at home and stuff I need to get done at work. So I'm like I do the rest of the days. So I did put I had these Sadie stickers, and I will show you. So they're foiled, I believe. I can't tell if they're rose gold or gold. I think they're rose gold foiled. And then I have my tracker stickers that I need to remember. So making sure that I take my meds every day. And now I am, because of complications of my chronic illness, I need to start tracking my electrocardiogram every single day so I can really get a baseline of what's going on with my heart, because my chronic disease is affecting my heart, and that's something that we need to just keep a close eye on. So it is what it is. Maybe someday I'll have like a heart-to-heart discussion about my chronic illness, but not today. So, and then on this page, I just kind of, you know, this was just a scripture that was like really on my heart. I've been struggling some with anxiety, more about, you know, the move and everything that I have going on. So I just wanted to kind of put this in, which is really not something that I have done, but it is, you know, it is something that I saw in the book that I was like, you know what, for me and for kind of my mental health, because as simple as this was, it took me, I don't know, probably took me like a half an hour, because I like had to color in everything all with like sparkly, you know, ink and so on. And it just, for me, it was relaxing. And so that was something that I do kind of miss about having my mega weeks. So I said, you know what, I'm going to do this just so that I have a little something in here. And then I've gotten a couple questions about my little, writing board, I guess. So I am kind of using this as an inbox as well. So I just put a couple of sticky notes that when I write on them, I'll just replace them. And I have all of my stickers here. So the question was, what was it? So basically it's just cardstock, was it two different colors or the same? No, it's the same folded over. So I just folded it over. And then this is like a divider from the Planner Society, and I just stuck it down here, and then I did the same thing. This is from the Planner Society as well. I just put this on one side and laminated the whole thing, and then I just cut it out. And then this is a Planner Society vinyl pocket, one of their large ones that I put on the back. And so this works as both a writing board for my paper, and you know, I can keep my stickers and use as an inbox as well. So it works out good. So I think that for the most part, I mean, I had to add some more stickers for, you know, stuff that I need to get through the week. I did put my doctor's business cards and appointment cards in the card slots, as I'm obviously not using my wellness planner. This is it. And then I had to also add a few things in the back that I have to have with me all the time when I go to doctor's appointments. So far, I'm pretty sure that's all I've added. Yes, since my last update. So that's it so far for that. Then just kind of going through the book briefly. So I want to say I probably ended at like future log. So you can see, since then I have kind of read and gone through a few more things. For me, I don't think, I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think that I'm going to put an index in mine because I just almost never use an index because I use tabs and I just prefer having the tabs. I'm just like, boom, that's where it is. So I don't think I'm going to do an index because I just don't think that I need it. So, but we'll see. When I set up a new one, eventually, I may leave the first couple of pages and then decide down the road if I wanted to do that or not. So I do have, set up marked where, you just kind of like go through the different things. Some of them are things that I'm definitely not going to be doing. Any of these like mental inventory things and even the collections part, I don't think I'm going to do a whole lot of that. I might do like a minimal like reflection and goals page, and that will probably be about it. But we'll see how it goes. My monthly log is definitely a lot different because I chose to do my monthly like this with a month on 2 page. And this, again, I believe is an Annie Plans. And I just printed it on sticker paper and put that down. So for me, that's more practical versus doing the repetitive, type thing. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. I may leave an extra page, and I may still keep like the important dates and the monthly log. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens because I might actually carry this over into August just to kind of stay minimal for most of the summer, but we'll see how it goes. I was kind of looking forward to all the books August, so we'll see. I'm not sure. But then the next one was reflection, and I don't know as though I'm necessarily going to keep like a log of this in my notebook planner, but having that daily reflection in my journal is important too. So that's just kind of why I tabbed that, just kind of remembering, being consistent. That's one thing I think a lot of us struggle with in the planner community because we just love all the things. And so there's a lot of us, when I say a lot, I mean me, that really enjoy having a lot of the other books, and that just is kind of fun for me, and it's like a hobby. So the consistency part can be difficult. So it's really just kind of making sure that I have consistency in my planning so that I'm constantly going back to it. As I said before, goals is something that I think I'm definitely going to implement. I think I'll do it slightly differently than he did here because this is something that you would have to write a lot. And I think for me, maybe doing like a long-term goal, like a midterm goal and a short-term goal will really be it, but I won't necessarily break it down as far as like this. So, but we'll see. I think I definitely could benefit from having some of that, especially once you've achieved some of those goals. I think you really, it's just a sense of accomplishment that kind of helps move you on. So, another one that's big for me, embracing the errors or embracing the imperfection. This page that I showed you guys that I did, let me tell you. So I knew that I wanted to do this page, okay? It's very simple. There's nothing magnificent about it. I knew I wanted to do the page, but I really, in my mind, like, I see all this beautiful hand lettering, and that's what I wanted. I wanted, like, to be able to do it and have beautiful handwriting, but I don't have beautiful handwriting. And so basically I just had to come to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm just doing it, and I'm going to do it however it flows. That's how it's going to be. I did some in stencil and I did some in freehand. There's none that's like fancy lettering. I went from, doing my normal writing is like a mixture of literally printing and script. So I'm, going back and forth between the two all the time as I write, and that's just me. That's how I write. So it is what it is. So I have to like embrace this and embrace like how I like messed up here and I messed up here, and like I can find all of the things wrong with this page, or I can choose to enjoy it and just take it for what it is and move on. So I need to practice that a lot more in many areas of my life, to just know that nothing and no one is perfect. So, so stop being so crazy about it, because I do have that tendency. And then the last one that I've gotten to so far, because this is where I've ended reading, so I have about that much left of the book, is project brainstorming. And so for me, that is definitely important, where I just take a page for something that I need to do, and I just kind of like brainstorm all the things. And I do that some. As an example, let's see if I can find it. Let me see. Here we are. So on the house that I've been talking about building, granted, this is literally just to-dos. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not even on the right page. Here we go. This one. This is like just to-dos, but being able to write this stuff down, to be like, I needed to get this done, I need to get that done. And look, I can do this. So I can do all of these things and mark them off and be like, yes, I got all this stuff done. I have since transferred this to my work planner, because technically this is business. There's nothing on here that's like confidential for you guys, but I just made that decision that I wanted to keep it in here. And so, having those specific things listed out, and the stuff that needs to be done is, was important to me. So anyway, I did transfer that over so that I had that in an easier place for me to find, and I can keep all of my info for my houses, projects, whatnot there, versus dispersing it through this one. So, but having like better like projects, I don't really have. I'm trying to think of, like maybe when I was like planning out planners, I would do stuff like this, where I kind of use sticky notes for some of the stuff that I needed. Same thing here. This is me kind of planning out, these are different books that I have and like what needed to go in each one, which has changed because I no longer use a B6 rings books at all. I do have a personal wide and a personal. My personal houses all of my finances, and this is the stuff that's in my personal wide right now. But doing this one book July, I am highly considering getting rid of not getting rid of, putting all of that stuff between here and my weeks, and then selling my personal wide, just because it's not getting the use. And it's, like I do go to it, but I only go to it about once a week. And it's kind of like, I don't know if I need to have that money just tied up in that. I think I would rather sell it and have that money back, and we'll see. But so anyway, a little bit of a rambly video. Sorry about that. I just kind of wanted to make sure that I was really touching base on the things that I've learned. I do plan on making a few little changes to this week, so stay tuned for that. I just didn't have time with the holiday weekend to do those few things that I needed. So that's where I'm at right now on week 2. If you have any questions, feel free to ask below, like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. You can follow me on Instagram as well. I know I say this every single time at the end of all of my videos, but I do really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate how this little channel is definitely growing. It's still little, but it's getting there for sure. And I'm learning as I go, learning to embrace the imperfection that is my channel, because I'll definitely have some things that are kind of ups and downs, and that's just how it is. So thank you guys for following me in my journey, and I will see you again next time. Bye.